Hey YouTube, it's Evan Magician 34, and I've got a special new variant of Monarchs. You may not have seen this before, in fact you probably haven't. And I'll get right to it. Runs Gores, Tragoedia, 3 copies of Battle Fader, and that kind of tells you the core of the deck. It's basically a really control-heavy variant, but this environment is super monster-heavy, so it's quite a solid build. And they're also running 3 copies of Dimensional Alchemist to bring back those Battle Faders. That's basically the whole reason he's in the deck. And Sangan to go search either the Alchemist or the Battle Faders. And that's pretty much the core of the deck, and that can be used to fuel many strategies, but we're going to use it for Monarchs here. And in keeping with that theme, we also run 2 copies of Dandelion, just a great token producer that can be used to make Monarchs. Plague Spreader Zombie, who serves so many purposes. Getting on to the Monarchs, we run 3 Caius. Easily the best Monarch still. And 3 copies of an often forgotten Monarch, the Stalos. Basically because when people make comebacks, which in this deck basically you're going to take their field because your deck is designed to control their field, this prevents them from making comebacks and turning things back over on you because he shoots stuff out of their hand. He's a great way to ensure that, he sticks. Your big tribute sticks, in other words. We're also running 2 copies of DD Crow. This keeps in line with the control your opponent theme. And it can also be used in concert with a couple of the other cards I'm going to show you later. But primarily it's just control, straight up. So many decks are grave dependent right now. And a great way to capitalize on a couple of cards I'm going to show you in a second, but also Battle Fader, Lava Golem. 3 copies. This guy's excellent, and now that he is available as an ultra rare in the Merrick deck, there is no reason you shouldn't have 3. Not that he was that expensive right now anyway, but... Monster Reborn, obvious. Dark Hole, still obvious. 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. And an easily forgotten card that is very powerful, Creature Swap. We're running 3, because few things are going to beat swapping your Battle Fader for Lava Golem. I've done that, it's an amazing play. Basically what you do is you Battle Fade, summon it in attack mode, not defense, you don't have to worry about it getting attacked that turn anyway. And then you Lava Golem them, and then you Creature Swap. Yeah, or you Lava Golem them from the previous turn, they attack you with the Golem, you Battle Fade that, and then you try to Creature Swap it. That's an easy way to rack up 4,000 damage. Almost every monster in this deck wants to be Creature Swap, plus you can swap and then sack into a Monarch or Sync. There are plenty of things you can do with this. Lots of good monsters to steal, lots of good things to send to your opponent that they won't want, like Dandelion or Alchemist or Sangan. I mean, plenty of stuff. Excellent card. And in keeping with that, we run 2 copies of Enemy Controller over Book of Moon. It does most of the same stuff, plus allows us to take more control of the field. Still very chainable and likes Dandy Sangan, etc. Onto the traps, Call the Haunted. Plenty of things to get with that too. Very chainable. Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, Torrential Tribute, 2 copies of the just pretty much omnipresent Bottomless Trap Hole. And last but not least, 2 copies of Dust Tornado, because back rows are a good thing to get rid of right before you Monarch. Alright, that's the main board, and the extra deck is basically just a lot of utility, because you only have 1 tuner anyway. Mistworm, Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Colossal Fighter, Dark End Dragon, Infernity Doom Dragon, obviously you're going to be sinking for 8 more often than not, Thought Ruler Arcfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Scrap Arcfiend, X-Saber Urbellum, Goyo Guardian, Bryanak Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Magical Android, Ally of Justice Cataster, and last but not least, Armory Arm, because this is one of the decks where it might actually matter that you can get him. So, that's the deck, and until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, and enjoy.